Hello everybody. I really hate having to do this video. I don't want to do a video like this. I was really angry this morning, in fact so angry that Mike and I couldn't even do a video about it. And once I calmed down and started thinking logically with my logical part of the brain, some interesting thoughts and things came up. So, make some popcorn, get a drink, something like that. I've got a story to tell. Now, after Marco had leaked the screenshots, I'm thinking probably a couple of weeks after, we got an email. Now, this email was from beccabananas044@hotmail.com. Many of you will not recognize that email because in those screenshots that Marco leaked, the last name of the girl, Becca, her last name and her email was redacted. Okay? That was not released to the public. Now, on February 18th, 2022, I received an email from Becca. And first thing I thought of is, oh my God, I recognize the, Becca Bananas and the email. And it's like, okay, someone's messing with us. And it's like, but, just in case there's a slight chance this really is a victim, we did not make it public. We have not talked about this public. Just in case, And since I work so much with abuse survivors, first thing I want to do is be loving and kind and offer them support for anything they need. And I always try to do that. So I'm going to read you Becca's first email. Hi, I'm the Becca referenced in your videos. I have more information on Mr. Evans I would like to release. Would you consider helping me? I answer back, of course, we'd like to help you. We would love for you to contact the Cheltenham police in the UK. Quietly, of course, nobody needs to know. We can get Mark Latham's help since he's the one that originally filed the report. Now, I want to say that we wanted to do the right thing. We've all been trained. If you are contacted by someone you think is a CSA victim, you contact the police. So why is this such a wrong thing to do? This is what we're supposed to do. Okay. So, knowing that probably after Marco's leaks that people are going to be messing with us, so I'm skeptical. So I say, since we have been getting Lloyd Evans followers trying to find out how much information we have, what is your last name to prove you are who you say you are? And then she came back with the last name. Okay? So it's like, okay, well, might possibly be her, but still, skeptical, I don't want to reveal this person to all of the hate and attacks and abuse I know she will get from the branch of Lloydvidians. So we kept it quiet. I contacted Mark and Cora and I says, look, we've got this girl that is needing help. She claims to be Becca from the screenshots. And so we were all emailing, trying to get her help, but she wanted to come out and do a statement. So when she came back with her last name, she said, my hands are trembling having shared that. Understandable. CSA survivors, they really don't want to, give you information sometimes. Then she came back later that afternoon and said, I'd like people to know I'm a real person. I am summoning the courage to speak up and share a statement of my own. I just don't know how to do it correctly. I want to thank Mr. Latham and Mr. Marco for protecting my privacy. Please share that with them. They may contact me if they wish. Okay, and then it was at that point that then I, got Mark and Cora involved. And, several emails back and forth at this point. We were trying to get Mark and Cora to help her. She was scared and nervous of going to the police. And then she wanted to know who Marco was. And several emails, she said, well, I'm filing a lawsuit against Lloyd Evans, and I need the information from Marco. So this person was trying to find out who Marco is. And I admitted to her, I have no idea who he is. Have no idea. And, dummy me, I sent her the emails that I had received from Marco with the statement. And thank God he had shut down all of his social media, his email, everything. So, yeah, Marco, if you're watching this, don't show up with that name again or that email. And, I mean, this honestly sounded like a victim, I've just replied to Mr. Latham. I'm sorry. All this has turned my nerves into a mess. I feel so overwhelmed. I'm not sure who I can trust right now. Now, the thing is like I've said, the four of us have dealt with CSA victims for many years now. And we always try to do the right thing, give them love and support and kindness and, whatever help they need. So I hadn't heard from Becca for a few weeks, and so I sent her an email yesterday asking how she was doing and that Lloyd was threatening legal action against all of us and trying to shut us up. And basically I wanted to warn her, be careful. This is the email I got back this morning. Hi Kim, Mike, and Mark and Cora. I know about the legal action. I'm not Becca. As far as I know, there is no Becca. I'm a fan of Lloyd's work who registered this email address only last month because whoever faked the emails was too lazy to do it themselves. I wanted to see how gullible and easily persuaded you all would be, and I was amazed at what I've seen. I've already forwarded these emails on to Lloyd and his legal team. Whatever he's asking you to pay, I suggest you pay it, or get a good lawyer and get ready for a few years of litigation. The extent of your lies and bullying is shocking, and I can only imagine Lloyd's lawyers will pull you to pieces once the case gets to court. Take care, Tom. So you can see why I was a little upset. Now, when we got the first original email, I had sent it to a computer expert. Thank you, sweetie, very much. I'm not going to mention your name because you'll get into litigation too. And asked them, is there any way to find out, where this email is from and all of that. And this was his reply. Interesting. Here's what I can tell you about the email. The email address does not appear to be fake. I ran it through an online email checker and no errors turned up. The email was sent to you on Friday the 18th. I cannot verify if it existed before that time period, only that it existed when the email was sent to you and it appears to still exist. He talked to somebody else, and we discussed whether it was still possible to create a Hotmail account, and we came to the conclusion that it wasn't. However, after doing further research this morning, I discovered that even though Hotmail was discontinued and replaced with Microsoft's Outlook.com service, you can still create new Hotmail email addresses through Outlook.com. Like I said, we were skeptical. Does this mean that the email address is fake or that the message is not genuine? No, not necessarily. I do not know of any way to technologically tell whether this email address is genuinely from Becca or not. I will say that I suggest you get someone in the UK to perform an experiment. From my analysis of the email, it appears that the language settings are set to English US. US English, in other words, not UK English. This could be due to the fact that Microsoft servers are in the US, or this could be due to the fact that the person sending this email has their computer set to US English and not UK English. That's not a determining factor of validity. However, if a UK person experimentally sends an email from Outlook.com and the language settings do not say English US, I would be suspicious. It is possible, though, that Becca has immigrated to the US since 2008. Anyhow, those are my thoughts on what you provided. As this is concerning the victim, I will not share this knowledge with anyone. And like I said, just on the small chance that this really was a victim, we were still, not wanting to, make any of this public. And then after the email this morning, it's like, oh, jeez. Okay, first of all, this cannot be admitted into a court of law because it is entrapment. You are getting information under a false pretense and posing as a child abuse victim. Now, I just want to say, I know many of you CSA survivors are in this community. I was more angry about that than being deceived by this person, because posing as a CSA victim is disgusting. It's disgusting, and you lied. And I'll tell you right now, Mike and I are so fed up and sick of the lies, the fraud, the attempted extortion. The lies, the deception, the deflections, the slander, the libel. There's a whole long list. But see, none of this is admissible into a court of law. And they threaten, they're going to give it to Lloyd's legal team. Well, we had a lawyer look through all of those emails, and they said you did nothing wrong. You were always loving and supportive and trying to give this person, who you thought was a genuine CSA victim, love and support. And this is the sad part, because now every email that I get from a child abuse survivor, it's going to be back in the back of my mind. Oh, what if this person is just trying to mess with us? What if this person is lying to me? Do you see what that has done now? Do you see the damage that is being done to this community? Now to get to some important things that once my logical brain kicked in. Okay? The original screenshots that were released to the public were redacted with the victim's name and email. So the person that had this information had to have had the original screenshots that was, before they were redacted. They had to have had the original screenshots. So I know that none of us leaked it. I know that Marco was out of here. And plus, why would he want to know who he was? He already knows who he is. So he would not be trying to find out who Marco is. Okay? So then that led me to another question. Oh my God. The only other ones that would have these screenshots would be Lloyd and his wife. If Lloyd gave these original screenshots to someone else, that person would have said, oh, you mean these screenshots are real? See, I don't think he's that stupid. So that only led me to one conclusion. Who gave this person, if it's not Lloyd himself, who gave this person the original screenshots with the victim's name and email? That should be all of our question. Right? Now, after our lawyer friend, thank you, sweetie, very much, went through these emails, they said nothing in these emails would be evidentiary. that means nothing in the emails can be used as evidence. But this has given us more evidence because now we have someone trying to interfere with an active investigation, obstruction of justice, impersonating someone they are not, mainly a CSA survivor, a victim, trying to entrap us into something so that they can, have a legal team look at it, and trying to get information from us under false pretenses. So I hope all of you think about that. And I have one thing to say to the person that did this. You really are a disgusting piece of shit.